Introduction. In late antiquity, no one could have imagined that a vast civilization would emerge from the desert landscapes of the Arabian Peninsula. Yet, through far-reaching conquests, caliphs and sultans reigned over immense empires, experiencing both eras of prosperity and periods of catastrophe. This video will take you through 1,000 years of Islamic history, focusing on its Middle Eastern heartland. Imagine the 6th century, the Arabian Peninsula, overshadowed by the Persian Sasanian Empire in the east and the Byzantine Empire in the west. The Arab inhabitants, mainly nomadic tribes, were polytheists worshipping numerous deities. But everything changed with the birth of Muhammad in Mecca around 570 CE. What began as a small religious movement soon transformed the world. Muhammad's teachings introduced monotheism to the Arabian tribes, uniting them under a single belief system. This set the stage for the rapid expansion of Islam, leading to vast caliphates stretching from Spain to India. Stay with us as we explore the rise of Islam, the establishment of caliphates, and the golden ages and dark periods that defined a millennium of Islamic history. Together, we'll uncover the legacy of a civilization that continues to influence the world today. Pre-Islamic Arabia and Muhammad's life. In the 6th century, the Arabian Peninsula was the backyard of great empires, the Persian Sasanian Empire in the east and the Christian Byzantine Empire in the west. The Arab inhabitants were mainly nomadic tribes and polytheists, worshipping many deities. This was all about to change. Around 570 CE, Muhammad was born in Mecca. According to Muslim tradition, he was chosen by God to serve as the last prophet in a line of prophets, including Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. Muhammad's mission was to spread monotheism among the Arabs. Over many years, the Quran was revealed to him in segments, later compiled into Islam's central text. Initially, Muhammad faced persecution. However, after migrating to Medina, a pivotal event marking the start of the Islamic calendar, he consolidated the Muslim community, waged wars against idolaters, and united the Arab tribes into a single Muslim nation. Muhammad's death in 632 left a leadership crisis, a recurring theme throughout Islamic history. Rashidun Caliphate. Following Muhammad's death, his successors established the title of caliph, meaning successor. The first 4 caliphs, known as the Rashidun, or rightly guided caliphs, were chosen based on their close association with Muhammad and their personal qualities. This period saw the rapid expansion of the Muslim state from Iran to North Africa, creating institutions, taxes, and a bureaucracy. Despite being considered the glory days of Islam, the Rashidun era was marked by internal tensions and the assassination of 3 out of the 4 caliphs. The most significant conflict was between supporters of Ali ibn Abi Talib, Muhammad's cousin and son-in-law, who claimed that Muhammad had appointed Ali as his successor. This group, known as Shias, would eventually split from the Sunnis, leading to the largest sectarian divide in Islam. Umayyad Caliphate. In 661, the Umayyads, an Arab family based in Syria, came to power and ruled for 90 years, moving the Islamic capital to Damascus. They established a dynasty where the caliphate was passed from father to son, leading the second wave of conquests. Their empire stretched from Central Asia to the Iberian Peninsula, with the defeat at the Battle of Tours halting their expansion into Western Europe. Caliph Abd al-Malik centralized power in Damascus, strengthened Arab identity, bolstered the administrative system, and initiated major construction projects like the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem. Despite their achievements, internal divisions, rebellions, and civil wars plagued the Umayyad Caliphate. The Battle of Karbala, where Ali's son was killed, significantly impacted the Shia community. Eventually, the Umayyads were overthrown by a military force in the mid-8th century. Abbasid Caliphate in 750, the Abbasid dynasty rose to power, tracing their lineage to Abbas, Muhammad's uncle. Their rule marked the end of the Umayyad era, and began a period of stability and cultural flourishing known as the Islamic Golden Age. The Abbasids moved the capital to Baghdad, which became the largest and most prosperous city in the world. This period was marked by significant advancements in science, medicine, philosophy, and literature. Greek and other ancient texts were translated into Arabic, forming the basis for extensive original scholarship. The Caliph Harun al-Rashid, known from the Arabian Nights, was a patron of scholars and maintained diplomatic relations with Charlemagne. However, by the mid-9th century, the Abbasids lost control over distant provinces, leading to the rise of local dynasties. The Caliphate became a symbolic institution as Persian and Turkic elements gained prominence. The Islamic story expanded beyond Arab culture, becoming a truly multicultural civilization. Regional dynasties and decentralization. While the Abbasids held symbolic power, regional dynasties emerged. In the west, the Umayyads ruled Iberia, creating a cultural hub in Al-Andalus despite the Christian Reconquista. In the east, Persian dynasties revived Persian culture and adopted the Arabic script. In 945, the Persian Buyid family took control of Baghdad, limiting the Sunni Abbasid caliph's power but preserving his position. The Buyids ruled a confederation in Iraq and western Iran for over a century. Concurrently, the Shia Fatimids established Cairo as their capital, ruling North Africa and parts of the Middle East. They challenged the Abbasid Caliphate, but never managed to overthrow it. During this time, Shia Islam evolved from political factions into defined religious movements. So, Turkish dynasties and the Seljuks. In the 10th and 11th centuries, Turkic tribes from Central Asia began migrating into the Middle East, driven by political and climatic pressures. These nomadic tribes, known for their expertise in mounted archery, converted to Sunni Islam and started establishing their own political entities. In 1055, the Seljuks, a Sunni Turkic family, seized Baghdad, ending the Buyid control. They assumed the title of Sultan, becoming the de facto rulers while keeping the Abbasid Caliph as a figurehead. The Seljuks defended the Sunni world against Shia threats and led to a Sunni revival. The Battle of Manzikert in 1071, where the Seljuks defeated the Byzantine Empire, opened Anatolia to Turkic settlement, laying the foundation for modern Turkey. Crusades and the Ayyubids. In 1095, while the Islamic world was divided, the Crusades began under the Catholic Church's direction to reclaim Holy Lands from Muslim control. European forces captured Jerusalem and established several states along the Mediterranean coast, maintaining their presence for 200 years. Saladin, a member of a Sunni Kurdish family, rose to prominence in the 12th century. He eliminated the Shia Fatimid rule and founded the Ayyubid dynasty, which ruled Egypt and Syria. Saladin's defeat of the Crusaders at the Battle of Hattin in 1187 and the subsequent recapture of Jerusalem were significant, though the Crusaders lingered for another century. The Seljuk state's collapse paved the way for new regional powers, including the Turkic Khwarezmian Empire. Mongol invasions and aftermath. The 13th century marked a turning point in Islamic and world history. Genghis Khan united the Mongol tribes, creating the largest contiguous land empire ever. When the Khwarezmian Empire executed Mongol merchants, the Mongols retaliated with devastating force, leading to the empire's collapse. By the mid-13th century, the Mongols controlled Iran, the Caucasus, and most of Anatolia. Hulagu Khan, Genghis Khan's grandson, demanded the Abbasid caliph's surrender. When the caliph refused, Hulagu besieged Baghdad in 1258, ending the Islamic Golden Age. The city's destruction and the caliph's death marked the end of 500 years of Abbasid leadership. The Mamluk Sultanate in Egypt emerged as the new power, halting the Mongols at the Battle of Ain Jalut and defeating the Crusaders. The Ottoman Empire. In the early 14th century, a new power rose in the West, the Ottoman Empire. Founded by Osman, this small Turkic principality in Anatolia expanded rapidly, eventually conquering Constantinople in 1453, marking the end of the Byzantine Empire and the Middle Ages. The city, renamed Istanbul, became the Ottoman capital. Under Sultan Selim the Grim, the empire tripled in size, utilizing gunpowder technology. In 1517, Selim captured Cairo, ending the Mamluk Sultanate and declaring himself caliph. The Ottoman Empire, stretching across the Middle East, North Africa, and southeastern Europe, became the last caliphate in Islamic history. In the 16th century, the Shia Safavid Empire in Iran and the Sunni Mughal Empire in India emerged as the Ottomans' eastern counterparts. These gunpowder empires were known for their military prowess and cultural achievements. The Ottomans remained a dominant force until their decline and eventual collapse after World War I. Conclusion. The Ottoman Empire, the last caliphate in Islamic history, lasted 600 years, finally falling in the 20th century after World War I. Over this millennium, the Islamic world saw the rise and fall of empires, significant cultural and scientific advancements, and profound impacts on global history. Thank you for joining us on this journey through 1,000 years of Islamic history. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content on the rich and diverse history of the Muslim world.